Hello everyone and welcome back to Anno 1800 as we are looking at our latest ship that is coming out here, a huge collier, and oh my goodness, it is huge. Not only its maintenance costs in comparison, the wobbly grebe cost me 350, this new buggy here cost me 1,700. But it is also worth it. It has more HP, it has way more slots available. And first thing we're going to do is we're going to transfer that white flag over to that. I definitely want to keep it, and with this beauty, let's just go for some cracking of item purchases before I apply to one of my trade routes, right? Because that is the ultimate goal, of course, getting this one onto my trade routes so that we get more stuff over from the new world. However, first we are at 2.7 million. I would like to raise this. Look at that. It can not only can it get 8 slots, it also has 100 tons of storage for each one of these slots, so a lot, right? The regular ship only has 50 tons. This makes it really big there and nice to have, obviously. Let's check it out. We got the 100 weapons, and perhaps I do have something else that I could sell. We do have now steam motors available there too that I could use, but I'm actually planning them for something else. Yeah, I think we're golden here so far, and with that I could now go ahead and get over here to Eli, sell these tons, and get us some additional productivity items that we need for our city, for our industry that we want to reinforce, of course, even further beyond what is really possible. One of those things would be my oil, right? So we are very limited with oil. That's it, right? That's my oil. In Panagos, I don't have any oil. That is pretty bad and unlucky, and in that case here we don't have any other way of acquiring oil than with these two refineries, so we should push them. I'm already pushing them with the 50% increase here, right? Probably not the totally best thing to have for my workers. We could go down or on the quarries. No, it's not doing anything, right? So this one is not affecting it at all. So I'm just going to have my trade union here. The first thing is we do need to get us a decent location for that. I need to move that slaughterhouse, which is completely out of looking out of place here. Let's get this one away, and then I'm going to move my trains over to this one so we can get rid of this train here. Reason for that is we do have the trade union, and we can affect both of the refineries, but with this location here we can also affect the sewing machines down there. I could do this, right? We also have the filament here that I'm probably going to move, right? We wanted actually to move them. Another thing is I could also just squeeze it into this area or into this area. No, this is not possible. And this one, nope, it's possible. All right, we could do it like that. So I could still get the tracks over there after all, because the sewing machines factories, it would be just one, and we can then use it in here to affect all of them. So I think that was my second trade union now. These are lovely buildings, they're very detailed. And then we just go for, where do we have it? The oil well productivity 20%. But it's not ending there, right? It's only the first item of many that we have there. Artisanal kitchen, beef and pigs, that is another very good thing. And then we get the steelworks. And this one here is having the heavy weapons factory. Quite a lot, right? Also some foundries. We do have foundries here. We do have the heavy weapon factory here. So this would be another location for a trade union, right? We can really go out there a bit with the trade unions. I think we could easily squeeze them in here, or it's a bit tricky for those guys there, to be honest. Yeah.
I realize progress is never swift.
Steam motors, or I just get it over here where we have lots of foundries. I think this would make a bit more sense. The most optimal thing, of course, would be to have the heavy weapons here as well. But then we would need to move some of those sub factories, which probably is not the end of the world. Right. Alright, now let's scratch that and do something else with that. I'm going to have the artisanal kitchens here in this area, right? So we can then have the road there. And then I'm moving back my soap factory. The only thing that we really moved too far then is the mold houses, but really they're cheap, right? And we don't really need to boost them as we are already really capped on beer anyway. I think this one here we can get up there again. Yeah, perfect. into this one, and then we can use the trade union not only to boost the factories but also to use the recipe archivist on this one here. So these kitchens here now are 4 artisanal kitchens, process pigs instead of beef, right? And that makes it possible now for us to... This is only a first step though, because once I get Chef Michel, we don't need the artisanal kitchens anymore at all. But for now, let's just get rid of the beef farms, right? There's still the charcoal burner there, so this one does require the warehouse, but in that case here, no, we don't, because we have enough coal from the docklands. And boom, I've got a whole new plateau of building space available to us that I would like to use ASAP. Very good. So I think we can live with that, right? This is now all here working very nice and also boosted as well, of course, still. Of course, we are going to have a bit more pig consumption with that. So my total pig demand right now is at 69 pigs, and we are producing 54 ourselves, and the rest we are getting in with our docklands, right? So we still want to have the pigs being kept all the time. Now, since the sand mines work, right? They just work. No one is destroying them so far, and also some of them are boosted. We are going to get rid of the sand trade contract here, because obviously we don't need that any longer. And I'm still working towards upgrading my timber there to the next level, but that's, I think, it would be it in that case. We already exported 19,000 tons of soap. That's interesting to know, I think. Yeah, let's have one more trade with the timber, right? So this will be hurting us a bit there. No, only 100 tons really. I don't need more than that. And we compensate the loss of pocket watches with our sewing machines just for this one trade, and then we can remodel these trades there again. Let's make it 200 tons there. It's a bit much, but it's fine. Then we got the hops, the red pepper, and I think what else could we get rid of here? Not much really. We got the pigs in here too, and yeah, the red pepper of course is not necessary anymore once we have that juicy item there that replaces my kitchens. Now my huge collier has arrived up here, so let's sell the 100 tons for 1 million. Comes in handy because we can use it for new items. And then we already have an incredible important item, Elliot Blitz, the security engineer, in a town hall, and it increases not only happiness, but it also decreases the chance of fire, illness and riots. So this is a plus item. It does not have a penalty like most other things have. Then we got another one here, Miles the Master Butler. It's not about money for me, it's all about happiness, and this one also provides happiness and reduces the chance of riots significantly. So we can go ahead with this one here too, since we are already planning for a town hall soon, right? We also have this one here for the bank. Another 20 attractiveness sounds nice, but no, let's not really do this. Trade union wise, we can continue here with a few more boosts that I would like to get for my economy. Alright, with the surplus cash that we have, I would like to continue purchasing some shares. So my ship is still waiting at Eli, right? We are waiting for the better items there. 1.4 million, we can afford this for another 4,000 income on the balance. For Bente, we have everything available here. And then there is the whole business with the pirate. We're at 25 with the pirate. 27, we could offer a gift probably. Yep, let's go to 29 with N. And let's just go with, let's try ceasefire first. 700,000 she wants for ceasefire. I'm not paying that, and the peace treaty is not possible at all. Alright, we're waiting there a bit further, right? So until she gets us a better offer there again, but 700,000, I'm not paying that for the ceasefire here. No chance. Especially since we're stronger economically anyway, but with the weapons now too. And then there's the peace treaty. So I'm still trying to get at least one of those pirates up, though they are extremely reluctant to go do anything here. Sean, 2.6 million. I mean, who pays that? I'm not doing that. It would push me back quite a lot, right? Perfect. All right, let's just keep this one going. Now, the next huge collier, meanwhile, Darkness, what a fine name for a ship, is out. And Darkness is going to be one of my trade routes then. I could go ahead with the next huge collier right away, and we are doing this. Up you go, because I want to push them out for my trade routes now, right? So these are going to be on the trade routes. We have the white flags for that. Speaking about white flags, I have not found another one yet. All right, so city development. We have a bit of space here, so let's just look over to this area. I would like to have then a bit of a space there for another block. Where could I move this worker there? Let's move it over here for now, right? And then we have this road that goes over there with a nice bridge, like so. And this one goes in then to that area, right? That we have this. And what a bridge it is indeed. Pretty cool looking there overall, and walking over it I'm sure is just as epic. Once you're over that, you can look down there into the stream, and also on the on the fleet that is looking like it's approaching us. This is a very nice view there, by the way. And then on the other side we got the lovely city of Phoenix as it is continuing to grow. Now let's just check out these ships there. There they are, yep. But no, this is certainly not an attack formation. They will certainly not attack in here. It would be suicide anyway. And then we can continue there. We have the marketplace, right? So this one should provide for all of them. At least I hope so. Just check it out. Yes, this is looking good. And then we can have these additional houses then here, right? So let's get us a few more people over. Then a little road. And then more houses than here as well. I'm still trying to squeeze in as much as possible. And for ornaments, there's going to be time after that. This is just a normal road, right? It's not a pretty big block or pretty big district there anyway. So we can continue with that. Just over there. And then probably, yeah, let's squeeze them in like so. And then also a few more here. And yeah, that's it, really. That's quite a lot of additional houses now. Just get them the roads they deserve. Here and here. And this one we can get rid of again. We could still squeeze something in here. We'll see about that. I'm not at that point yet, right? And these will, of course, want to upgrade that as well at some point. All of them have their maximum marketplace. Perfect. So this is going to work out just nicely for us. Also, there's the pub. No props whatsoever. And the school is here. Yeah, the school will be a problem if I want to continue upgrading them. But that's for later. Let's continue with the upgrading. I need more investors. We are still too low on investors for my taste. So here we can go with... There we have artisans. What would it take? A university for them to upgrade. So I probably will need to have a university, yeah, central, right, to affect all of that. And this one looks like a right location to me. It's also far away from the other one. So we do need to do something here. I do have workers there, so we can move those workers over here instead of the farmers, right? So I'm going to get rid of them. And we can then get these guys here over to this new area. They have everything right away. Perhaps not the best school coverage, but then their children just have to walk a bit further. It's a safe city, so they can do this. I don't advise nighttime though, but other than that, they should be golden. There you go. Two more moved, and let's get rid of this house there to get them over. Farmers, we really have enough. And then I can just get my artisans over. And by the way, these are looking... way too bright to me, so we do of course have the right artisan skin for them as well. There you go. And then our university. I would have the public library there too, but it's a huge building and I'm not going to squeeze it in for now. Let's just check out if we have any additional alright. Just beside my bridge here. Righto, so that makes these guys here, of course, now that they want now to upgrade for sure. Also, all the way up to this point, they're very nice. So that's going to be all now engineers then as well in a few seconds. I think we can do this now. Yes, very good. And we have the resources. Let's go ahead. Another bunch of engineers popping into my town. Oh, and by the way, I think also we had the upgrade to buyers is rolling in now. And Bente also purchases back those shares, so let's not accept this, of course. I do have 2.2 million. Is it possible to purchase another share? Then yes, we could purchase another Miss Hunt share. I'm also thinking about the Ching shares here, because they're really cheap in comparison. Also, they don't pay that much, right? And Miss Hunt is definitely the bigger threat overall, so that's that. Let's just check it out. Do we have some re-rolling here again? We do. Let's go ahead. Fur dealer... Sewing machine factory increase sounds nice. Tallow for the slaughterhouses affects the oil power plant for additional oil, but nope, that's not what I'm looking for. Right, I like this one here, the soap factory. We're already boosting the soap factories with our trade unions, and this one here is replacing tallow to wood. So we don't need that many pigs anymore because we don't need to get that much tallow anymore. This sounds very good to me, to be honest. And we're going with this one. And then I still need one more. We already have also here the bakery. Instead of flour, it goes with grain. So that also negates then the flour, right, that we don't need. And I have the corresponding item to this. So bakeries also produce chocolate, because this would be another nice income then as well if we can passively produce this. Even though I'm not sure we can produce enough for everything. Right, and with the rest I have to wait again. There's more artisans here that we can still upgrade. Let's go ahead and do this. A whole row there, and now we are a bit lacking timber because of course we are also exporting timber. It's taking a bit of time, but in that case this was just nice overall. Anyway, let's also give them their style like so, and a whole bunch of more engineers, and all of them of course we could upgrade, so we don't really have the needs for this workforce. Let's get those items, or can we reroll once more? I could reroll once more. Let's do this. Perhaps there's still something hidden here that we can need, or that we need, and no, it does not look like it. Artisanal, no, the light bulbs, the artisanal kitchen, we already have that. Let's get those items back home, and then I would like to get some more bricks over from Archie. Also, we need to make sure that the trade rods that come in are being replaced now with the huge colliers, right? I was missing them, I think. There's also something here. A foghorn, alright. We do, by the way, also have a very nice production of steam motors, so that would be around 60, 70 for every trade cycle. 70 is quite a lot since it has a pretty high trade value, so we could use this to, you know, make it a bit easier on the other goods. Especially the soap is under heavy pressure there with all the things that are attached to that. Sewing machines is looking fine, but we might, for example, go with the piggies there, and instead of the soap, just go with my steam motors, right? And I wanted to go, we can go with 30 there up to that. That's quite a lot of pigs already, since it's only a substitute really, right? So I guess 20 would be fine here too. That's the 700 tons of pigs, and we do have a discrepancy here between production and demand, yeah, of around 300. So that's way too much anyway. That should be golden. There's the cotton fabrics trader in, very nice. Let's get this one, cotton fabrics and rum. Let's get this one over and apply the white flag to, from emerald skies to darkness. I think this is a fitting transition. There you go. And darkness is going to be on my new trade rod now, cotton fabric and rum, right? And there you go. Now this is going to be 400 tons. Since we have now the huge collier, we do have the space. Let's also go with more rum here, right? Since we're still capped on the rum, 200 tons of that. And then we are going with 200 tons of coffee there too. And this is really what a huge collier can do, right? It's that much. And this is going to make life so much easier for trading. My items have arrived, so let's just unload them and get my other ship now over here to Archie, so that we can purchase some additional bricks and whatnot, whatever we need for a quicker city building there. Yes, lots of those freshly built engineers would like to upgrade then right away. We have the power plant here. There is still room here to improve its range by the looks of it, right? So there we can definitely have more paved roads, making things a bit easier on this district. Very good. So those guys are being affected by that now too. And those ones here will probably stay engineers, right? There is electricity to be found, so we should upgrade those people here then as well, because we could upgrade them all the way up to investors then, right? So wherever we have electricity, and yeah, those guys here will be able to upgrade then as well. And those guys here, let's go ahead and do this. A few more engineers, never hurt. Newspaper. Now this is something. We have a very high income. I'm inclined now for the first time to stop with using one propaganda, right? And we're going with whatever the newspaper decides here, if it's positive. This one is positive, so we're reducing the propaganda by 1/3, and we also increase happiness this way. And 15% from 70,000, we are going down to 50,000, which is still amazing. Right? And with that, we will increase the overall happiness of my people, and it will also reduce the penalty that we have on the propaganda and thus on the right chance overall. So this is my go-to here. Now, Miss Hunt, yes, 1.4 million, we can afford that, and bump up our balance there again right away. And then we just need to make sure that we keep all these shares here available to us. Also, 125 influence are available now, so we freed up quite a lot of that, of course, with our additional ones. Oh, wait a second, there's the rum trader. Griffin is in, and Griffin will now replace my next huge collier, or Chennai, as it's called. And this is just Madame Kahina there. Ah, look at that. She purchases back the share right away. We need to wait 9 minutes. Miss Hunt is giving us a tougher time there. There you go. And rum is now moving to Chennai. And that would be this one here, right? So that's a lot of rum. And we could, I mean, 400 tons is already fine, right? And then we are going with 200 tons of coffee and also 200 tons of... Let's make it 300 tons of coffee. And 100 ton of the cotton, because cotton we're already getting in with the other trade route quite a lot, and that we have a balance there, right? And you go for it. Oh, look at that, the pirate is attacking. What a surprise. We can see the big baddies then in action right away, and they are devastating. Right, oh my goodness, they are doing a lot of damage very quickly. And there's the next ship going down. This is looking good, right? And there's the next big baddie firing, and boom, another ship is going down. Really quickly there. They destroyed my royal warship Wobbly Grip though, but it's fine. It was useless at this point anyway, and it's giving us back a bit of influence. Alright, they actually spared this one here. And yet, look at that. She is now offering ceasefire for 130,000. We're going to accept. This is going to make her happy towards us. Right, so we're at 32 now. How's the peace treaty looking? 0. But it's coming along. I'm pretty sure of that. We can go with that. We have an hour now available there to the pirate, even though it doesn't really matter that much anymore since we have white flags and stuff like that, right? Let's go ahead, purchase the items that we need. Yeah, let's also go for steam beams. We have the resources after all. And do you have anything in store for us that would be amazing? He's got some town hall items. Yeah, for example, this one here, right to protest, is one of them. Chance of rise is increased slightly, but happiness is increased by 8%. We also have 8 happiness, but minus 10% workforce. That would also be an option, since we have so much workforce, probably never really need to do anything else. Though the workforce, I would not do this yet, because we still want to upgrade as many to investors, and this might actually interfere then with our ability to get more investors in, right? So I'm going to leave this as it is. We also have the central bank range increase or range decrease, but the maintenance cost is reduced. This is ridiculously bad, to say the least. So with the reduced range, we would then of course have a penalty on income as well. Now let's get these items back. So that's more to upgrade for us, right? So that would be especially useful then in this area. Let's go ahead and upgrade my next bunch to engineers. And this is really a lot of new engineers that are coming to town here, right? So this is bumping up my consumption now for the high quality goods, which is the spectacles, the coffee, and the light bulbs. So we probably will need to have a look at those productions now then as well. Since the consumption will most likely go up. Now, there's also some ruins here, very good. And then we just lack the timber again to do anything else. So the only thing I would like to do on a recurrent basis is the re-rolling for the white flag. There you go. This was a bit easier this time. We can purchase a monitor for 350. Oh, she actually has also a clipper for 15,000. We go with this since the price as cheap as possible, really, right? And then we have golden behind now with the white flag. And since we're here, let's also purchase some stuff for probably a zoo, if possible. There's a puma, right? So something we can use then for that. A condor. Botanical gardens. There's something for the museum here. Yeah, not the best items, really. Something for basically my New World productions, right? But overall, yeah, some items there for a zoo, for a potential one that I could have at some point. So the ship is not going completely empty-handed to the old world there. There you go. And let's get this to Phoenix. And that's another white flag for us. Perfect. So we really have almost a fully equipped fleet of white flags now. Huge colliers and whatnot. Those ships here, they're just going to stay around as bait. Perhaps someone wants to attack, perhaps not. And other than that, we continue happily onwards to a bright future. I hope so. I mean, I'm still expecting those surprise attacks, but we'll just see how they can breach that defense. Stay tuned.